Yo, what's up, You rockin' with the GOAT of the game, HipHopGamer, Hot 97, GGL, Global Gaming League, Look, listen, it's not every day you get a chance to talk to somebody that represents that dying light, but then also take it to the next level with Dying Light 2, Staying Human. Then takes it to the next level where we gotta go beast mode. You know what I'm saying? We going beast mode right now. I present to you the creative, the game director of the one and only Dying Light, Tymon Smektała. Yeah, you already know what it is. Yo, first of all, bro, love you, thank you, God bless you, and I appreciate your humility, your work, your craft. Man, it is an honor, bro. It is an honor just to talk to you again, man. The first question, bro, that I got for you is, they say third time's the charm. So with Dying Light the Beast, right, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that you wanted to do since Dying Light 1. Since Dying Light 2. What has the team been able to do and accomplish that y'all are truly proud of, that you could tell the fans right now about Dying Light the Beast? What's those things that you look back and be like, wow, we did it. Yes, let's go.
It's absolutely, since the first game where Kyle Crane was the hero, like we wanted to bring him back. So now he's back, baby. Kyle Crane is there. And Kyle Crane is not only the survivor that you remember from the first game, but he's actually in his beast mode. And this is actually something that we always wanted to do, wanted to present the character in a way that kind of where he feels overpowered, where he feels like he can rip everything in front of him apart. And this is exactly what you get to experience in Dying Light the Beast. But we also wanted to up the level of our night experience, how scary it is, how it makes you piss your pants. Apologies for saying that.
That's all good.
And the nights are darker than ever before. They are more atmospheric, and the volatiles, the apex predators, the kings of the nights are even more scary and basically more intelligent. So they are constantly roaming around you, trying to get you. So I think the graphics, don't get me started, man. The graphics, I think we have leveled them up crazily. Like it's 2025, so you have to deliver graphics on that level, right? So we have super immersive global lighting. We have weather effects that change, like the rains, the storms, but they also change the gameplay. We have improved our rendering text, so every object in the world looks super real. It's really a treat to play.
Wow, man. Yo, now listen, I played it, bro. I played it at Summer Games Fest. Listen, let me tell you something right now, and everybody that's watching, right? There was a moment, Tymon, I gotta share this with you, bro. There was a moment in the game where I'm fighting one of the bosses where they chase you, and sometimes they pick up the car and throw it at you and stuff. Bro, I had a grenade, right? I threw the grenade, but the boss threw the car at me, and the grenade jumped back, bro, and blew me up. Yo, dog, it was the most amazing moment in Dying Light the Beast. Like, it was crazy. So my question to you is, when it comes to the physics now, how does the physics impact the change in gameplay? In terms of nighttime, in terms of being able to be in the vehicles now and drive, how has the physics engine and just that part of the technology made the gameplay better and more dynamic, bro?
Absolutely. So the physics were always like the crucial part of Dying Light experience. Since the first one, the second one, but this is really the next level. So we have created a new physics engine for Dying Light the Beast. We have generally a new rendering, new engine for the game, and part of it is a new physics engine. So what we can do right now is we can super precisely analyze the shape of the enemy, so we kind of fully understand how his body is built. Another thing that we did on the player side is we have also changed how we apply the hits from players. So like in previous games, I don't want to shit on them because of course they are classics and I love them as well, but we have improved the precision of strikes, twice. So like we can really basically up to the millimeter understand, analyze where the weapon is swinging. So then when we apply that hit to the enemy, that we know exactly how he looks like how the how the bones in his body are connected, we can play the best ragdolls, super realistic, and do stuff like you said, like those emergent moments, like someone throws a car at you, you throw a grenade, those crash and something happens. This is basically what Dying Light is about. That's why also when you play the game, each session is different. So definitely level up compared to previous games.
Wow, yeah, you leveled up a lot. So now we gotta talk about the car. Yo, bro,
Yeah.
you got the car in there. So, yo, I was
Yeah.
blown away by that. So now this leaves me with a major question now that the cars is involved, right? Now, a lot of games, especially like when you see like just horror games or survival games, period, they always got a lot of different type of game modes. You know, you got like rush mode with bosses and horde mode and stuff like that. Now that you got the car and the space is even that much more open world, has there been any like discussions with the team where it's like, what would be a good mode? Maybe like an escape mode or something like that, where you got to get away from all the zombies and stuff like that. Now, the reason why I asked this question is because I'm a big fan of that movie 28 Days Later. So if you remember 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, 28 Years Later, all this other stuff, I love those movies. It makes me think of Dying Light. So seeing the cars, I was like, yo, this would be something crazy. Talk to me. What can we do or what can we expect with the new car mechanic in this game, bro?
You asked about discussions, and we actually had a lot of crazy discussions. And actually, what I would like to do and would love to do, and hopefully this will happen at some day, I would like to see like a Dying Light Carmageddon, where it's just all about driving and smashing zombies. But Dying Light the Beast is not that. Like, don't get too crazy yet, because Dying Light the Beast, we want this to be a survival game. So, like, actually, you have to care about your car. Like, of course, you can smash zombies like crazy. And if you've seen our trailers, or when you play the game, when it launches on September 19th, you will see basically how much destruction you can do. You hit the bodies, they kind of jump or land on the hood. Everything is super realistic. But then, like, we wanted to keep it like really all about survival. So there are no crazy modes. I can spoil it to you. I can actually reveal that to you, because we didn't reveal that to anyone yet. There's one crazy guy who does those, I would say, like survival races, where you just race through the world and there are zombies jumping on you on the hood from behind the car. So like there is that a little bit of that craziness, but for Dying Light the Beast, it's actually quite serious survival experience. So no crazy modes on launch aside from the races that I just revealed, but a lot of very complex simulation of how the car works. What you drive in Dying Light the Beast is basically like this off-road pickup, heavy. It's built for terrain, so we have like swamps, hiking trails, mountains, off-roads like farmlands, also asphalt. So this is a car that's built to kind of conquer all of that terrain. So you can drive on it. It's like very complex physics. You see like every wheel is working, like the bumper is working. Sometimes it's hit by zombies, so then you have your bumper kind of hanging on the side of your car. All of that is simulated. Actually, the guy that was working on the car is a guy that has been working for us for many, many years. And back, like even before the first Dying Light, he was working on rally games for Techland. So he has like a lot of experience how to do really proper driving model. And you will get all of that. Now, when the game launches and we hear from players like you and like basically the millions that will get the game, we want more with the car. We want it to be even more crazy. And who knows what we'll do in the post-launch.
What? Yo, bro, do you understand what's about to happen? I don't even think you realize the impact that you're about to deliver to us. Like, this is crazy, son. So now I got another major question. I don't think you ever been asked this question, but I gotta ask it, seeing that the scale of Dying Light is so massive right now. So we've seen that they just showed off Resident Evil 9. Right?
Yep.
We already know how big Resident Evil is in the survival horror genre. My question to you, especially in this day and age of collaboration, right? One of the biggest things that we've seen in the gaming industry happened recently, bro, August 26th, where Helldivers came on Xbox and Gears of War came on PlayStation. Like,
Absolutely.
Who would have thought that? But it's real now. I always wanted this, but I got to ask the question, and I want to know what your thoughts is. But if there was a way where Dying Light, Techland could work with Capcom, Resident Evil, and bring Claire and Leon and Wesker, like all of them, into the world of Dying Light, but not only that, Mr. X, you know what I'm saying, all this other stuff. Like, how crazy would it be to see a Dying Light Resident Evil smash up. What are your thoughts on that? Would you do it if the opportunity presented itself?
Absolutely, absolutely. If anyone from Capcom hears that, we need to make that happen, guys, because I think this is basically like it's a collaboration that every fan of zombie genre dreams of. Actually, I have a list of 3 of my most kind of favorite and like dream collaborations. The Resident Evil for sure. Mortal Kombat, because I think having Mortal Kombat characters in Dying Light fighting zombies, that would be super crazy. And then of course Assassin's Creed, because like it's a parkour game and it's like cool biggest parkour games connecting, something that could be really cool. And actually like maybe something like that will happen. We are not stranger to collaborations. For Dying Light 2 we work, for example, with Payday or Walking Dead, which was super successful. So like the sky's the limit. Why not? And Resident Evil is definitely on top of my list.
Wow, that will break the internet, bro. Not just gaming. I'm talking about the internet. Like, period. Like, it'll break it. Like, it'll be that crazy. So now another question I got for you, and this goes down to like accessibility options, because I'm seeing that's a much bigger thing. So one of the things, and I was actually talking with Sean Layden about this, the former president over at PlayStation. We was talking about how a lot of people aren't finishing games anymore like they used to. A lot of people aren't finishing games. And you got to think about it. We're in the age group where we the ones who grew up, on games. So now, we got kids and jobs and all this other stuff, so we may not have as much time. So accessibility options is becoming that much more important. Now, I'm a big fan. You remember Game Genie? Back in the day and stuff like that. So I'm a huge fan of Game Genie. And bro, I'm a partner with Plitch. So I'm going to be front. I play a lot of games. I got infinite ammo, infinite money, all this other stuff. I just be having fun because I play games to have fun. So my question to you, man, when it comes to accessibility options, what's some of the things or new things that y'all are trying to not only get more people involved in the Dying Light game and the franchise, but also to get more people to stay on the game so they can complete it and enjoy the story that much more?
So first of all, you know what? I think Dying Light the Beast is a great game for those kinds of people because it's not a bloated game. Like there are games that you basically get hundreds of hours, but then you play them and you basically feel it's the same. I think Dying Light the Beast is not like that. We have an open world which is very dense with details. So basically everything that you see is a discovery. The main story is about 20 hours. Then there's like a bunch of additional side missions, narrative stories, collectibles. I would say another 30 maybe. But then it's actually something that you can sit through a couple of evenings and enjoy it and basically finish the game before it starts getting kind of tiresome a little. So for sure, that's a accessible game. And I think it's also important because it tells a canon of our universe, of our world. Kyle Crane's story, what happened to him. We explained that. We also kind of set him somehow into the for the future. So we wanted players to actually finish that game. And by the way, Dying Light games have a very high percentage of the game being finished. I think it's about 60%. So it's definitely above the average. Now, when it comes to like straight accessibility options, one of our biggest, Dying Light General is a complex game, right? Because it's a first-person parkour, first-person melee combat, a lot of kind of features, takes on gameplay that aren't so popular. Like they aren't present in so many games. So it takes a little bit to get it. So of course there's like a lot of onboardings, tutorials, drawing you into the game. We introduce all of those systems step by step so you can learn them as you play them. Of course, if you are a hardcore Dying Light player and there are 50 million of them, you can jump straight in. You can basically deactivate the tutorials. You will get the game very quickly. But one of the biggest challenges that we are facing is motion sickness, because this is like a very dynamic game. First person perspective, you see everything that happens in front of you, do jumps, rolls, etc. So we have introduced a number of kind of mini tweaks, mini systems. Basically there's a switch in the menu which says like motion sickness safe mode, and then if you switch it, then we tweak a number of parameters just to make sure that the game is more accessible to you. There are no head bobbing, the camera shakes are softened. So it's actually I think this is the aside from a number of very classic accessibility options, like I don't know, size of the fonts, like monochromatic modes for the visuals. I think this is one of the most unique things that we had to do because of the characteristics of the game. But we are testing this with players who basically say us like, hey, I have a motion sickness. I'm not sure I will be able to play the game. So basically, playtest the game with those people, and it seems they are very, very satisfied with what we have done with those accessibility options. So yes, it's very important for us that everyone can jump in to Dying Light the Beast, because we also feel that this is the best Dying Light game. And so if you want to start your adventure with Dying Light, I would actually try to start with Dying Light the Beast. It's the most advanced technically, the most visually striking, the best character, Kyle Crane, like in his really powerful form. So you'll get lots of fun while playing this game.
Wow, yo, I'm excited, man. I can't wait, bro. I really can't wait. So now I got a major question. Now, this goes with the weaponry, all right? We're going to talk about some of the weapons. So do y'all, like, when it comes to the skill tree and things of that nature, like, what's some of the things that we can expect, like, with the main character, Kyle, like, as he grows as a human, but then what's some of the things we can expect as he grows in beast mode? So is there something like, even with the developers, like even with the development team, what's like a favorite moment in the game that you can't wait for fans to get up to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like some of the abilities that will be unlocked. If there's like one you could share, something like that you really like.
Yeah, so absolutely the spotlight is the beast mode. So like what happens in the game is that you get a separate skill tree for the beast mode and like a separate skill tree for the human side of the guy. And maybe let me talk a little bit about the human side. He's Kyle Crane. He's not like your regular guy of the street, right? He's already a hero. So we didn't want players to, so I don't know, that he loses all of his abilities and you have to learn even the basics from scratch. Basically, when you start the game, he's already a hero. He's already a survivor. He's already someone who can pull through basically any danger. So we have basically just focused on the human tree, on the human side of his skill tree, to add him skills that basically make him even stronger, like allowing him to choose a very specific play styles. We have also improved our gunplay, and there are more firearms in the game. So there's a bunch of skills that's focused on using firearms. So basically we are taking this hero to a superhero in a way, and allowing players to configure him so they can kind of find their own way of playing Kyle Crane. The beast mode is a completely different thing, because for the beast mode you start with just like a very simple outburst of anger and like more damage and stronger swings. Like you hide your weapons, you just hit with your fist, hit with your legs. But then as like there's the whole skill tree, a number of skills there, and as you grow those skills, you are able to do lots of crazy stuff. So like charges, or maybe rip enemies in half, maybe like powerful ground pounds where you send everything around you flying. And I think the coolest skill there is the skill that allows you to fully control all of that, because at the start of the game you can't really you are kind of struggling with those powers. What happens in the game is a guy captured you. His name was the Baron. He experimented on you and he gave you those powers. Wow. You escaped from his lab. You want to take a revenge, but then because of those powers, you cannot really control them. Sometimes you just fight them and you feel like you hear that even in the headphones, like, and Kyle Crane goes crazy, right? So it's generally a good thing, but sometimes this can surprise you. And there's a point in the game where you get to control those skills, and that is like a real game changer, because from that point on, you can go into your beast mode at any point that you want, and then you can, for example, not only do all of the crazy combat stuff, and it's really crazy. For example, you have hits like you put a fist inside the zombie body and it comes on the other side.
Oh my God.
Grab a skull and just crush it with one hand. So it's really, really crazy, very graphic, very brutal. But then what happens, when you get to control it, you can also use more of his traversal skills. So he can run faster, jump higher. So you see a tower that maybe you are not able to climb as a human, but then you just do the beast and get to the top of the tower within seconds. This is a complete game changer.
Bro, wait, first off, I gotta spin a change, son. Yo, Tymon. Yo, first of all, like I said, man, I'm just so happy to speak to you, but the game is crazy. Did y'all just hear what he said? This joint is crazy. So I got a major question for you. I don't even think you've been asked this one either, right? So, 4 or 5 years ago, I think it was 4 years ago, right? I broke a major story about the ability to smell your video games, right? Yeah. And then years later, they come out with it. It's official. You can actually smell video games and stuff like that when you're playing them. It's crazy. And then now there's another story that I just broke, and it's with this company called OVO Mind, where PlayStation 6, like the next PlayStation, you like when you're playing a game, if you're nervous or if you're scared in real life, your character will get nervous and scared too at the same time. So if you're like breathing hard or you're looking around, your character will do the same thing because it could sense like the sweat of your skin, like it could sense your heart rate literally through the controller. And right now they got this thing where you put on your wrist and it affects the gameplay with all this other stuff, and they use AI to track it. So my question to you, a game in a franchise like Dying Light, I know this technology is like, it's come in, a lot of it's already been in the works and tested, but has anybody came to you? It could have been at the Game Developers Conference, anywhere, somewhere. But have you seen or tested or had any thoughts about taking Dying Light to the next level of immersion, to the point where if you get scared in real life because you're nervous playing the game or you in a certain area, it affects in real time in the video game? What are your thoughts on all of these new technologies, bro?
It's absolutely crazy. Like, actually, no one approached us for that, but I think it's because they know that we are in the power fantasy like space of zombie genre. Like, we are the games, like our heroes. They like the really, of course, they're survivors and they need to think smart and use all of their skills to survive. But when they do that, they can deal damage. They can basically rip the whole everything in front of them apart. So maybe that's why no one approached us for that, because like they don't want our characters to feel that, nervous, etc. But actually, I think that's a great idea for a spin-off for Dying Light. And I was also thinking about having one day a spin-off which is focused on like a hardcore survival of basically regular people, like regular characters in a zombie apocalypse. And then a tech like that would make a lot of sense, but I think we will never support the smelly tech, because like you can imagine how zombie apocalypse smells, right? So it's like, I don't think this is something that people would like to smell when they're having fun with their game on Friday evening, right? So this not, but maybe the other one, actually that will make sense.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I had to throw that out there. So I got a couple more questions. I'll wrap it up, man. So something that I wanted to ask you about in the process of developing, this particular Dying Light, the Beast and stuff like that. As a game developer, man, and just getting your vision like to come across, what I would love to know is, what was your process like with Dying Light, the Beast, in terms of achieving your vision? And the reason why I'm saying that is because the more you do this, the more you learn. We never stop learning. You know what I mean, with our craft. So if you look at the difference between when y'all was developing Dying Light to Dying Light 2 to now Dying Light, the Beast, what's that one or two things maybe that you can say about the difference in this particular process? Whether it was the technology that you got at your disposal, whether it's things that y'all learned with this particular engine that y'all was able to get more out of, whatever it is. But what was your focus on how you approached the development of Dying Light, the Beast?
So absolutely, that's a great question. Like I have never heard that before, and this is a great question. So maybe let me start with Dying Light 1. So we were going into Dying Light after our previous zombie game, The Dylan. And we knew that The Dylan, like we kind of created a very, I would say like basically a classic zombie experience where you kind of just walk around, fight with zombies in a semi-open world. That worked, but we knew we had so many, like when the success of The Island proved that there's interest for those kinds of games, we had tons of ideas what we could do with the next game in the series. So like one of those ideas was parkour. The other one was day and night cycle, where those crazy monsters, volatiles come out at night, and it really changes how you play the game. The graphics also improved because of that. Like the weather that impacts how the game unfolds. Like, I know there's rain, you are using some electricity and it hits harder. So basically, we said, you know what, like all of those new ideas, we are ambitious, we want to have them done, but then this is not the Island anymore. This is like a different type of a game, and that's how Dying Light was born. For Dying Light 2, what we wanted to do is wanted to make the game more accessible. So actually, we kind of put more emphasis on action, we put more emphasis on accessibility in a way of making the game easier, And the game was a tremendous success commercially. But actually, what we heard from our players, like the most dedicated, the hardcore players, the people that had 500 hours in Dying Light 1 was, you know what, guys, you kind of lost the essence because we want to be scared. We want to be challenged. We want Dying Light to be a hard game. Like, of course, manageable hard, but kind of giving you that challenge that you can prove yourself, that you are a survivor that's not only kind of the quick reflexes and quick on the controller, but also thinks like a survivor, because a lot of Dying Light is actually using your brain even more than just your reflexes. So for Dying Light, the Beast, we kind of wanted to get back to that, and we wanted to prove that we kind of know how to do it. We know how to do a zombie experience. And our overall goal and ambition for the whole franchise is to create the ultimate zombie experience. We want to basically create a game where someone says zombie game, and they think Dying Light, right? So this is our step on that route. Like this is our way, like a, I don't know, like a Shaolin monk way. We know that we still have some way to get there, but this is where we are, and this is a next milestone for us. We are super proud with the game. Like, we really feel this is the best Dying Light. The character is cool. That, like, the environment is super unique for us. Like, very varied. Not just the city, but also the farm fields. Like, lots of forest, lots of woods. If you think about being alone in the night in the forest, it's like a completely different experience, right? Like hiking trails in the mountains. Like, it's very, very beautiful, but very decaying because of the zombie world. Every game system has been honed using all of our experiences from those 10 years. So basically what we wanted to do is I used the word level up at the beginning of the conversation, but basically that's that. We wanted to create the best zombie experience, the best zombie open world, the best zombie survival horror on the market. And this is what we hope to deliver with Dying Light the Beast. Like, I know I should be maybe more humble, but still, like, this is Hot 97. This is HipHopGamer, right? Like, this is hip hop is all about boasting. So that's why I'm like that. But really, like, the ambition and the anticipation of players getting their hands on the game in the studio is super crazy. We just basically counting days, like 17 days from now. Like, we want the game is out on September 19th. This is the moment for us to prove that we are masters of the zombie genre.
Wow, and this is what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm so happy that you said what you said. See, I think a lot of people get it twisted what it truly means to be humble. So the thing is, to be humble doesn't mean, oh, thank you, to make yourself small. That's not what being humble means, to make yourself small. Being humble means that you understand God gave you a gift. You're using it to give back to people so they can enjoy it. Your humility is the fact that you actually put yourself through a lot of stress, through a lot of work, through a lot of sleepless nights, just to be able to produce something that you could potentially give back so that people can have some sort of joy in the world through playing a video game. It takes a lot of humility to be able to do that. It takes a lot of fearlessness to be able to break that generational curse of how people are afraid to be great. If you're great, you're great. Period. Muhammad Ali, great. Floyd Mayweather, great. There's no fear. We all are. Bro, we come from God. We in the image of God. You kidding me? Be great and be humble and be thankful for what you can actually give back. I'm great at what I do. You're great at what you do. So now we have an opportunity and we have a responsibility to take that greatness that we got and put it out there into the world, because that's where legacy gets developed. You understand what I'm saying? So, bro.
Oh God, thank you, man. Bless you, and thank you for those words.
I'm telling you, this is incredible. Yo, you know what's interesting? I'm gonna just say this real quick before we wrap up. I first came into the gaming industry professionally in the year 2008, and I went to E3 and everything like that. But technically, I made my first video in 2007. But professionally in the industry, I came in 2008. When I came in the industry, so many game developers like yourself, bro, told me that they were so happy that I was there. You want to know why? Because people got jaded. They started looking at the industry as a regular job, and the fun and the love and the passion has gone away. So my thing is, when I show up, I wear my heart on my sleeve, bro. I'm happy. You understand what I get to do? September 19th, when this joint come out, I get to play the game. Yo, I'm so hyped and excited, and I get a chance to talk to y'all. Yo, like, this means everything to me. And you guys are incredible to me. Period. So I wear my heart and my passion on my sleeve. You're great. Period. I'm great. period. So let's be great together. And everybody that's watching, you're great too. So go do something about it. I love y'all. Yo, what a way to end the interview. That right there is crazy. So listen, man, before we get out of here, T, for real, because once again, it's an honor, just talking to you. This is Hot 97. Is there if there's any artists, hip hop, R&B, rock, pop, whatever, if there's any artist, because you got a great soundtrack, that's another thing too. I commend y'all. Y'all do great with music in the world of Dying Light. If there's an artist you could put inside of this zombie apocalypse, what artist would you want to bring to Dying Light?
Maybe I don't look like it, but I am an old school hip hop head. So you know what I would like to do? Like, there's one more collab I would love to see, and that's Wu-Tang Clan. I would love to see Wu-Tang Clan in Dying Light game. Like the whole crew, all of the 9 members, like get all of them into the game, having their skills, like with their one-liners, with all of that stuff. I would love to see that.
Yo, do you know how crazy that would be to have Ghostface Killer in beast mode?
Yeah.
To have Method Man, Shaolin to
He's
Cal.
already in beast mode. I have seen him on the grab recently, so he's a beast mode already.
Oh
but
my!
yeah, absolutely.
Yo, bro, you listen. They just a phone call away, bro. They just a phone call away. So whenever you ready to make something happen, I can make that call, bro. I love you, man. Yo, listen, I just want to say this, man. This has been one of the best interviews, period. And you know what? I truly believe this has been the best Dying Light interview that y'all gonna see on the internet. This is real, this is raw, this is passion. Get ready this month. Dying Light. Pay attention, pre-order, wish list, do what you gotta do. Dying Light comes this month. September 19th is going down. You know what I'm saying? So one love, God bless, to go to the game, HipHopGamer, or your Hot 97 every day. That's my word. I love y'all. And we out of here. Peace. Wow. Boom, boom, boom.